Hello guys, what's up guys? My name is Paul Michael and today we are going to learn on our tutorial that we have been promised all over the time. So today we are going to create our database of UN Splash simple application web app. So let's get started into it. In my testing I'm gonna use Visual Studio Code editor, and then I'm gonna use example for my offline activities. Yeah, I think that's all. So here right now I have already opened my VS Code over here, and I have already opened the XAMPP. If you don't know how to install it, I will give the description that will explain everything that you have to do in order to install it. So here I have already run my PHP admin, and in my browser it looks like that. I'm doing this because I need to minimize the time for this tutorial. If we discuss all over this one and we can do nothing, and the time will be very long. So, and then after this one here, so also we have to create a folder right now. So we have to create a folder for our project, where the place our database will live. Specifically where we keep our database, if we are using PHP MySQL, is the place where we have already installed our XAMPP application. So I'm go directly to my XAMPP. Then we have to open the htdocs, and then in the htdocs then we have to create a new file, a new folder, and I will call it just like UN Splash, just normal like that. You can call it wherever you like. Okay, so okay, sorry, I've already created it. Okay, I'm sorry, I forget about it. So then after doing that, then we just have to just drag and drop it into this file, into the VS Code. I'm sorry, yeah, I think into the VS Code, yeah, just like that. So then we'll open on a current folder directory, as you see it will discuss. Okay. Okay, so then it is done. So actually here there is 4 icons. Then in the first icon is for creating new file, the second one new folder, the second one reloading, the third one, the fourth one is for collapsing the file. If there is so many trees of files, then you can collapse them and minimize them. Okay, so simple. Let's get to the point. Now by pressing on this creating new file, then will come this such thing, and then we're gonna create it. You can call this database whatever you like. I'm gonna call it db.sql. I'm sorry, SQL. Then press enter. So then after doing that, then we have to create this in fast. So I'm gonna say create just by saying create database, then you can call it whatever you like. I'm gonna call it just UN Splash DB. So just normal like that, and then I'm gonna say use UN Splash DB. Then we have to create a file, we have to create a table. So create table, then a table name. I'm gonna say just users, because we need to have users, and then we need to have the content that the user posted, so it will be one to many. So I'm gonna say user ID, and then I'm gonna keep it just like an integer, and then will be a primary key, and then this will be auto increment. So normal like that, auto increment. So then okay, I'm sorry for that, this is just a comma, and then we have to say username, name, no caps lock, I don't like it. Username, username. So then after there, this will be just like a varchar, and then varchar something, just call it just like 20 or 50, because he will write a single username. We don't have to say full first name or whatever the case. So then we'll have a profile photo, so just call it just like photo, and then varchar, just like, okay, just like give it just like, just so also this I will call just like a 40. I give you a length of 40. And then another thing we should have over here is just I guess email, okay, no, just like, okay, email, and I will just call it just like a varchar of length 50, and then I will give this another thing just like a block of just like passcode. This will be for password for the user, and then password will be just like a varchar of just like 10. So the length of password should be range from 0 up to 10, just like that. Yeah, so after done over there, and then we have to create another table for the content. Create, so just say create table content, and then this table content, it should contain such things. The first thing is table ID, okay, content ID, so I will just call it ID. We don't have to mix things, so I'll call it and give it into and primary key, and then auto increment should be true, and then sorry, I forgot here on the email should be unique, because unique. Okay, unique. And then here on the table we should have the description, the title. I'm gonna paste these things over here. So we should have title with plain like varchar, description of text, and photo of that such kind of text. So then we should have the user ID. The user ID means the user who posted this image. So I'm gonna call it int, which means an integer, and then I'm gonna say the foreign key should be for, yeah, foreign key for user ID of the content. User ID for the content should you have the references on the table users, then at what, then at which variable, then the variable is user ID. Remember that. So here we go. So here we create a relationship. So user ID of this one have the key for this one. So this here ID belongs to here right now. So they're sharing something, some sort of thing. So actually after done over there, and then we should have to give a little data. So I'm gonna say insert into table. Okay, no, insert into, which kind of table do we want? I'm gonna start by adding a variable data on table users. So table users, insert users, just like that, and then in the bracket I'm gonna say user ID. So then I'm gonna just copy both of them. So then let's just remove this one. Then here we copy it, and then we have to say values, then set the values for the user ID, because we say it's auto increment, so I'm gonna set to null, it will increment itself. So then username, I'm gonna call it just like the main with single quotation. Remember, single quotation. So I'm gonna say Gemini child for now, Gemini child, and then in the photo I'm gonna just give it just like, okay, so profiles slash photo.png. This is just a raw raw data. We will consider them later. So email, I'm gonna just give it just like okay, programmer 947@gmail.com, and then on the passcode, let's give it just like Gemini 123. So simple. I just give it a comma, and then I will copy the same thing over here. So I'm gonna paste it just like 3 times. Yeah, just like one, and then the second one. So the first one, maybe this is just like Harrison son photo 2, and then I'm gonna give it just like Harry, and then just like admin, close the door, admin, and then okay, on here let's just say okay, just me, and then give it just like photo 3, and then JS men. Okay, so then I'm going to give to just like JS main, whatever the case. So I'm gonna just okay, I add the semicolon in here, and then I'm gonna just let me maximize it. So I'm gonna just copy this one and paste it down here 2 times, just like that, and then this will be for the content. So content, see, contents, and then for the content you all have these 2 things. So I'm gonna just copy I'm gonna just copy and paste it over here, just like that, and then yeah, this is just for minimizing the time for retyping those things. So up, and then just like that, and then remove this to this one, ID, and then feature and then text, and then photo and then use ID. Simple. Then after changing over there, then we have to change sort of things. So in a title, let's just give it title 1. Then in a profile, we will just give a shout and say content. Okay, then this will be just like photo 1. Okay, and then here in programming, this will be a description. Maybe just say new first description for this. Okay, 1. So just like that, and then I will just okay, then over here user ID, remember we are just have a relation with the user ID 1. Remember this one is user ID 1, so Gemini has user ID of 1. Okay, then Harrison, okay, we shall delete all of this down here, and then we can just duplicate this, maybe just like 3 times. So, okay, I give this 4 times. So this one I will just say this is for user 2, and then I will just give it like 3, 4, new form. Oh yeah, just like new form 4. Okay, title 3, then content photo 1, photo 2, photo. Okay, then this is just for 3, and this one is for 2. Where it is? 4 3 2, just like that, and then we are good to go. Like before, I told you that I have already opened my MySQLi, so you can go to your database PHP admin, and then here at the top there is a place where we can import. So click here and then just wait for the moment. Okay, as soon as it's open here, and then we have to choose the file, so press them, then it will open this dialog, and then you have to go directly to the place where we create that folder. So I remember it's a UN splash, and then we could see this DB, so I'm gonna press it, and then it will add automatically over here. Okay, sorry, before importing this file I think we forgot something over here. You see here we have this such kind of this double quotation, I don't know, so we have to remove this. I know it will bring an error to our deployment, so okay, my bad over there. So it's just please open again, and then select it, and then let's just come okay, scroll down up to here, and then deploy it. Okay, as soon as we deploy, now we see the structure that it's already imported, then creating table, then create content, then importing such things, and blah 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 blah. Okay, so let's go now direct to this UN splash database and then open it. Now after we open this, we see this, there is two tables, the table 1 which have size of 32 KB and 32 KBs, and then we have the table for the content and the table for the users. When we open the users table, we see those email ID and other stuff like that. So means our data is already saved successful to the database.